Hello everyone, welcome back, and today I am making Halloween treat bags, and I will show you how I made it with all the measurements and all the details you need to know if you want to recreate it. Recently I did get this beautiful set, Tim Holtz set, Halloween set, from Suzzix, and it was an offer for £6 on Amazon. So I thought, well, I did get it, and I thought I wanted to use it. So going to be using this set and also a couple of others. I've got my beads already here, die cut. And I will be using beautiful papers that I'm gonna show you. Let's start with the bag base. So you will need a piece of paper, and I'm having black cardstock that measures 11.5 inches by 8.25 inches. Sorry. Okay, I did shake you a little bit. And then you are going to score on 11.5 inch side at okay, let's turn it this way. I got a little bit confused. 11.5 inch side, you are going to score at 4 inches, 5.5, 9.5 inches, and 11 inches. Then you're going to turn to your 8.25 inch side, and you're going to score at 1.5 inch. Then you are going to turn again, and your 1.5 inch score line is going to be at the bottom. Now I want you to score. Now hopefully you can see the whole length of it. I want you to score, but be careful, at 1.25 inches. So between these two score lines that you already have, 1.25 inches, score down and stop about an inch before the score line that goes across. Okay, so 1.25 inch mark, score down and stop an inch before, about plus minus, you know. And then another score line is going to be 6.75 inches. Again, down and stop about an inch before this score line over here. Okay, this is going to help you to fold things. That's all from the scoreboard. I'm going to use for my flap double-sided tape. You can use glue. I will be using glue as well on larger flaps. So hopefully you can see my score lines. Let's see. I'll show you this way. Hopefully you can see something. You can see it this way. Okay, and the score line that goes along your left side, this 1/2 inch score line, I'm going to apply my tape, because this is going to be my flap that makes my treat bag. Okay, I'm going to burnish it, and now we're going to do some cutting. First of all, I want you to fold on all the score lines apart from these unfinished ones. Do not fold on those, not yet. Okay, and your 1/2 inch flap as well, and let's go bottom one as well. Okay, perfect. Now I I want you to do some cutting. So I'm going to cut this bit slightly at an angle, and this bit slightly at an angle, and then just make sure your score line going across is on the bottom. Now we're just gonna do a few cuts to get rid of basically our score lines. Slightly at an angle. Okay. And this is what is going to form my treat bag. This is what you are going to end up with. Something like this. Now these two unfinished score lines, fold them in just a little bit. Doesn't even have to be all way down. Okay, like so. Perfect. Okay, so that this, let me show you, this is going to be your little bag, and then we're going to close these as well. So now I'm going to decorate my bags, and I've got 4 over here. So let's talk these beautiful papers. I did print few, well, 3 to be precise. These are digital papers from Kathy King Paper Phenomenon, my favorite digital papers. And the collection is called The Haunting. So I will be using these 3 prints. Look how many details already. You don't actually have to embellish it on top, because the prints are so beautiful that you can just glue it down, and that is going to be it. But me being me, I'm going to embellish, and I've got another 3 strips over here as well. So my bag is going to close like so. So I'm having 1 3/4 inches from the top. Let me just double check that it's 1 3/4. Yes, 1 3/4 inches from the top is going to be my folding line. This was my prototype that I tried before beforehand. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to embellish the surface that measures so 4 inches, and I've got 6 3/4, so 4 by 5, which means 3 3/4. Let's write it down, and I want a strip on 3 3/4 by, so did I say 5? I'm gonna go 4, 3 3/4 by 4 inches. Did I say 5? That means 4 3/4 in real life, and then I need 3/4, 3 3/4 by 4, and then we see what the strip is going to be like. Okay, so I know my measurement, which I want 3 3/4 by 4 inches, and I'm going to take my little baby trimmer. And what shall we start with? Really I love all of them. I love all of them. So I'm going to have 4 bags. I might do 1 2 3 4 Okay, let's do this one first. So I need 3¾ inches. Let me measure this. Okay, I'm gonna have to slice a little bit of here. And then go 3¾ inches. Perfect. By 4 inches. Oh, no, this one is gonna have to be 5. I don't want to chop this pumpkin off too much. It's a beauty. It's a beauty. Let's have a look. Okay. And it's gonna have to be 4¾ Okay, this one is, look at this. I love it. And this should leave me 1¾ inches from the top. Yes. Okay, let's do it. I mean, this print just doesn't need any embellishment because it is beautiful as it is. But I'm gonna have to add something. I'm gonna have to add something. Okay, let's have a look. So I've got some boos in here. Boo can go in here. Oh, this looks good. And maybe a teeny tiny little spider. I'll get my tweezies. And let's put a spider on first. I love this little spider. I do love Tim Holtz everything. I'm sure many of us do, but I don't really get a lot of time to craft with any of Tim Holtz goodies. I can put Boo sideways. Or shall I do it this way? Sideways looks good as well. But then I'm gonna need something in this corner. Let's have a look. Maybe one of these. Okay, so change of plan. We are going to put one of these on first. And these are so tiny. I'm glad I've got a precision nib for these. So don't need much glue on these. Just a little bit. It is a little bit on the wong. Let's put it like so. Love it. And let's put our Boo. And this first bag is going to be done. Just going to fold it. And it's nice if you are giving candies away. Or it's even nice just to have it at home. filled up with candies. And now you're gonna see when it's gonna come all together. So folding this half and this half, it should all meet up. Burnish, burnish, burnish. And this is the bag. And now I am going to use glue for my flaps. So glue, glue. Don't need much either. And then fold it. And then burnish it from inside. And then this flap just goes on top to seal everything. Super easy, super quick. Listen, why not to make these when kids are going to be knocking on your door? It's quite fun. Or if you have got a Halloween party or something, maybe. Okay, so this is the bag, and you can see now why we have pre-folded slightly. And now I want you to take scoreboard and let's try to score it at maybe 1.5. 1.5 looks good, but I said 1 3/4, so let's do 1 3/4. It doesn't have to be perfect because you are going to fold on it. Okay, I'm not going to embellish the bag, however you can, but this is Halloween treat bag. Look how beautiful it is. Love it. Let's embellish the rest. I'm going to put music on and let's crack on with it.